Hello. It's been a while since I've, done a video. Uh, just trying to build that confidence in myself, and everything. But I do want to read what I wrote uh, before I did my first video on here. And my spelling is horrible because I started reading it. But I just want to share, I try to live in light and peace and love. But I'm also, all of us have darkness. That's why we have yin and yang, light and dark. We're balanced. We have to balance. So if you're choosing dark, you're going to do dark. If you're choosing light, you're going to do light. Blah, blah, blah. I choose love instead of hate. Anyways, so this is kind of the letter that I was going to try to say to all of you that I don't think I did correctly, but I'm going to read it and go from there. So I've been sitting here trying to figure out a way, and it's right here, to do this video. I keep seeing myself doing a video. Don't know if I am being told or something I want to do. I feel off today. Negative thoughts running through my head. How can I talk about love and peace if I don't feel it inside of myself? What is wrong with me? Last few weeks I've had ups and downs. I quit my job thinking it was what I needed. I don't know. I'm always questioning myself and the decisions I make. Like I'm never good enough. I know I'm stopping myself from doing this and I do not know why. I wish answers were easy. Starting to feel alone again. The anger is rising so hard to control. How do I regain the balance inside my soul? How do I regain balance for my human self? All these questions in my head. All these what ifs. How do I build the confidence in myself with outside forces? How does being an empath, feeling the energy, seeing things that nobody else sees going to help? How can you fight the darkness when you feel you are darkness, not the light? Life is a game of chess, whether you win or lose. Doesn't need to define who you are. All creatures are beautiful. What makes things ugly is the choices you make. That's what I wrote. Super, all over the place, but that's who I am. I am not just, super straightforward with anything that I do. Never have been. But I guess I'm here to talk to you guys about, and let me take this off because I hate the glare, about love. Honestly, there's many forms of love. Loving yourself, loving your spouse, loving your children, loving your parents. All that love is not, it comes from the same, but it's not the same because it's the same with hate, I guess. Either way, there's many forms of that too. Nothing as just, and I've said this in a couple of my other videos, everybody thinks it's just black and white. I see the gray areas. So, and what I mean by that is, again, I'm connected and I always have been. Since I've been doing these videos, I've been or since I quit my job, been realizing of all the things that I can do. And there's a list. I'm good at a lot of things, but I haven't found the one thing that I truly love and truly enjoy. But at the same time, I know that's wrong because I love to be with the ones I love. I love helping if I have the means to help, whether it's just sending a quick voice text or sharing my energy or my thoughts or feelings with anybody that I could help them better themselves and make them in who they are supposed to be, because I see people in different ways. And I've also learned that I have been manifesting since a very young age. I manifested stability in my life. I've manifested a house, even though I don't own the house. We rent, but I still manifested it for stability for my children. So it is possible to do. It's just how you see it. And when I manifest the best is when I'm in love with myself. When I'm happy with myself, when I have fun with myself, where I'm at peace with everything around me, where I'm not stressing about paying bills and where I'm going to get money. Since I quit working, since it was summer, I pretty much lived with like no time constraint. I mean, if I looked at the clock, it was if it was time to feed the dogs, or if my husband was coming home, or something like that. But for the most part, haven't been doing dates, days, time. I mean, just kind of living in the flow of life and trying to figure out what I eventually want. So my son turns 18 this month, which is a big deal. He's a senior. My daughter obviously is out of the house and gave me grandkids. But I'm going through another change, another awakening, another death of some sorts. And in this process of all that, you got to try to figure out who you are and how to love yourself again. Because you're always evolving and changing. I was not the same. I always refer to 16 because I feel, sometimes 18, because I feel that's the last place I was before I became everything I am, like as a mother and a wife, because I did that at a young age. I feel at 19, and I was very naive on a lot of aspects of life, and you can see that. I talk about that in a video. But I'm learning to re-love myself in a different way, and what things I'm going to love now that I'm always, like I said before in another video, I'm always going to be a mother, right? Right? They came out. I birthed them. But our relationships change. Our love changes. I have to learn to love without controlling what's going to happen, because my son is going to be an adult. I have protected him as best as I can, and I'm still going to love him, even though I'm not providing for him in the normal way that you do when they're born all the way up. Same with my daughter. So your love changes. Energy changes. It's just the way it is. Love takes you in crazy directions. But so does hate, and so does darkness. So I don't know. Like, when I do these videos, I'm trying to have the confidence and talking to all of you and putting myself out there, because I've been silent for so long and hiding myself for so long that it's hard for me to express to you what I'm feeling. Now, I don't know if I can channel or anything else. Like, I did bring out my tarot cards just to see if I have anything, that confirms. I just split my deck because I felt like I needed to split it, because sometimes I just do things and shuffle and stuff with my hands because I gotta be occupied sometimes. But I do want to tell you that if your love changes for somebody, there's a reason why. Because you're changing. You don't want to be the same. I don't want to be at 6. Now, my body at 16, yes. My mind and my mentality and my emotional stability at 16, absolutely not. Not for everything that there's no life courses, there's no high school classes or college classes to tell you about the things that you can do when you're dealing with the supernatural or your spirituality. Even religion and churches can't help you. They'll just condemn you most times. I'm not saying all that now. Back then, that's the way it was. And yeah. But when you evolve yourself to be the best version of yourself, you feel good, right? Nobody wants to feel bad about themselves. I've learned that. Like, nobody wants to feel, everybody wants to be feel love. Nobody wants to feel hate. Nobody wants to be in that darkness, not seeing the light, not seeing what's surrounding you. And it's hard to come out of that. And I definitely understand about being in the darkness and thinking that's where you need to be, because that's a form of hate to yourself. That's not love. You staying and not involving and constantly repeating the same cycles over and over again is not love. It's not love. You got to break the cycle. You have to do it. I know I'm sorry if my table keeps moving. Ever since I stopped working, I've been trying to break family cycles and generational cycles. Even though, yes, okay, in my human form, I was born into this family. But spiritually, I know I'm not from the line. So I came into this line of this family to help make the line stronger, to make the line more powerful, but also to break the negative impacts that have been a part of this the line, generation, whatever you want to call it, for a long time. I see things in a different perspective than most people would. And I feel that gets me in trouble a lot, because I'm trying to think of an example of what I can do. Okay, I'll use my cousin, actually. So when we were younger, which, by the way, when I say this is not a negative towards him at all. I am also an addict, and he is an addict. And he got into stuff at a very young age. So when this happened, I probably was about 15, 16. We were on a family vacation, and he was telling me about the things that he was on at that time. And I was seeing it, and I was seeing him future self like, no, I have to stop this. So I went and I told our grandmother, thinking I could trust her. And it backfired. It always backfires. I mean, because they yelled at him and did everything in the opposite of how I would have done it. I feel if I would have been an adult, because I would have asked him now, why is it that you do the things that you do? Why do you feel you have to consistently do that? Because there's reasons behind it. Not everybody's brain is the same. We're not all the same. We're all human as the same, but everything on our spiritual side and everything that runs in us is different. I'm not a sheep. Anybody that watches or does the supernatural or anything, we're not sheep. We don't conform to what everybody wants of us. And that's always been a little difficult for me, because everybody wants us to conform. But anyways, to my example, so I saw him being a user or an addict his whole entire life. So I didn't want that for him, because I felt he was better and he had more to contribute and more to do. Unfortunately, me thinking I was helping made it worse. And to this day, he still is. But now that I think about it, as I'm using that as an example, maybe that was me telling me that there was nothing I could do for it. Only he could figure it out. I don't know. That was just a thought that came in my head as I'm using this as an example. I don't know. My life is changing a lot right now. A lot. And I've been going through a lot of emotional turmoil, I guess you could say, inside of myself. because I'm trying to figure out all the fears and the reasons I'm holding myself back for everything. Because like I read in that little thing, I don't always feel good about myself. I don't always feel negative about myself. Sometimes I just feel indifferent about myself, like I'm just here. I'm just here. I do know that I get to travel. That I'm super stoked for. Because I like learning about different things. Well, except for the traveling for me, where I want to go, which I'm just going to say it all out because why not, is the Greek islands. Everybody just calls it Greece as the Greek islands, the Spartans, if you want to go get with that term. But that's where I feel like I have to go. Like, that's home for me. Even though I've been around for a very long time in the energy field and reincarnated, I've seen the reincarnations of myself and whatever. That's my calling. And I don't know if it's because the place is home or if that as myself is home or if there's people there that makes me feel like I'm at home. I don't know any of that because this next year is a big thing. I know I'm going through a death. I don't know, which by the way, we go through many deaths in our lifetimes, and then there's the final, the physical death. But your spiritual and emotional and self that has many, because people call it the ego or whatever. I see it a little bit differently, but that's okay. Everybody has their own beliefs for everything. And I know it's coming next year, and I don't know if it's physical, where obviously like my energy is no longer and soul is no longer in this body, or if I'm just changing and my whole old life, where what I'm in right now, is totally wiped, which that also could be a fearful thing because you've lived a life for so long trying to make everything better to just have it completely wiped. But at the same time, it's like a level up. It's hard. Like how I learn a lot of my stuff, which is going to sound completely insane. And I think I said this in one of my videos, but is through watching TV and stuff. Like, these people that are creating these things are getting downloads. They might not notice that they're downloads. They have music. Like, the supernatural, it's real, y'all. Oh, sorry. I'm going to get in trouble if my daughter sees this. She doesn't like it when I use that word. This whole thing with the aliens, everybody see it with the aliens and all that. I roll my eyes because they've always been here. They never left. Some come, some go. There's main ones that have stayed. Okay? Whether it's aliens. Again, in another one of my videos, I feel like I repeat myself. The shapeshifters. Some I won't say out loud. You know, the demon species, if you want to call it that. Don't look at it like that. If you want me to elaborate, I mean, I feel like I've done that in another video. I'm just talking, guys. Honestly, I'm just talking to put this stuff out there to make me feel that I'm like, I don't know. I'm just doing it. Like, I'm just doing it. I'm just talking. I don't know what I'm supposed to talk about. I'm so random. I have all these thoughts in my head all the time. And I don't really necessarily know if I'm thinking or if I'm doing something else. Because I know when I sleep, I work too. Like, your body is resting, right? And you're supposed to be healing yourself. Well, healing consists of work. It's easy, But to figure out what you need to heal, it can be draining as people who deal with energy. That's why if you're if you're around somebody, I don't even want to say like me, because I feel like I am just something totally crazy and different. But for most empaths, if empaths or energy readers or anything, if you go around them and you're just in this negative, nasty spot in your life, and let's just say you're supposed to hang out with them all night or whatever, or go on a vacation, and then they just kind of like go away from you, it's because of your energy. Because the negative energy drains you. Even positive energy can drain too. Because when you're an energy reader, you have all these energies coming at you all the time. And it can be draining. And that's why it's hard for a lot to be able to see the positive in everything that happens. Then the whole demon thing. Okay, look, man. I think it's race. Like, everything talks about how there's one God. Okay? There's more than one. Like, let's just be real. Let's just be real on this. There's more than one. Since the dawn of human society, there has been more than one in every culture. And if you actually think about and open yourself up to the ideas of other things, you will see how correct that is. I know that there's more than one. I know there's if you want to get technical in human terms, a hierarchy. If you want. Okay? And I've always been connected to the Greek gods and goddesses. That's always been what I've been most connected to. Even though all the other cultures and their gods, some don't even have goddesses in there, and everything, there's reasons. Because everybody wants heaven on earth. Right? Everybody wants peace. Everybody wants happiness. Everybody wants love. But on the flip side, there is people out there who want hate, who want evil, who want negative. And that's where the balance comes in. That's where everything comes in about light and dark. Sorry, that was like super random. See, I think that's why I feel like I'm crazy. Actually, because I go in and I start talking about one thing, and then like 6 other things could come in my head that might pertain to it, or it might not pertain to it. There's more. There's everything. Everything is out there. Humans are just, I don't know what happened. I don't know what happened in the human race. The human race is supposed to be fantastic and amazing because humans have the free will to choose and the free will to do more than others. They can choose to do whatever they want and be whoever they want. Okay? Most don't get that. Okay? I'm just going to be clear. Hades, which is the god of the underworld, did not choose to be the god of the underworld. Zeus put him there. Okay? And if I'm talking about more than around religion, well, where's Lucifer? Lucifer is a fallen angel, right? Because he defied God. So he is now in the underworld. Okay, so now you have Hades and you have Lucifer, and I'm sure in other cultures there's a different person. Because I'm pretty sure, I think Anubis is god of the underworld too. But I'm not sure, don't quote me. And there's lords of hell. I know this is like, why are you saying this? Because I feel hell and the new religions and everything, the way they talk about it, I was so fearful. Like, actually, you know what? I think I was more fearful for heaven than hell. Because growing up, had hell and the religion base of my family, of this line, it was, very predominant, okay, with my mother and my grandmother and my grandfather. And everything that I did was wrong. So I was always, in my head, destined for hell. And I'm like, why should I be afraid of this place? Because I'm going to burn for all eternity? Okay, well, you can burn right now. If you're all in negative states of yourself, you are burning right now. Or you could change it and flip it. Instead of burning for all eternity, maybe I'm purifying. Purifying of what everybody else believes. The only way to have evil predominantly is to create it. If you promote and create evil, that's what you're going to get. If you promote love and health and happiness, that is what you're going to get. And then you get me, who's a little bit of both, who understands a little bit of both. As crazy as I always sound, but I do. I don't believe hell as a negative. I believe hell is kind of like purgatory, or I don't even like the word purgatory, honestly. I believe that hell is a place that you go for you to, that people just made it super negative. But there's a place where you can go where you either can be reincarnated, share your knowledge with more in depth in your soul tribe, if you want to get to use that term. Why should we all fear the unknown? What if heaven is not what heaven is supposed to be? Nobody officially knows what heaven and hell are. Has anybody out there been to heaven? Has anybody been to hell? I'll wait. No. Oh, because you're still alive. Because you haven't had that physical death. And we don't know what's on the other side, which makes us afraid. Death is a part of life. And whatever race you are, some might live longer than others. Some might have short lives. But if you're born, you die. That's just the way it is. I would love to meet... Okay, so my soul is immortal, but my human body is not immortal. And I've always been curious. For some reason, I always thought I would be a vampire. I don't know why a vampire either. Because I look at the good through everything, because everybody considers vampires evil, dragons evil, shapeshifters evil, magic evil. It's all about how your intentions and how you use it. Nothing's inherently good and nothing's inherently bad. Because right now I'm being good and I'm being positive. Tomorrow might be all negative thoughts in my head. I can't control everything. And I'm learning not to control everything. I have no idea what this video is pertaining or how it's going. It's just things that I've been thinking about, and I'm scared because I still have fears in myself. Wow. They all just popped out on me. King of Swords. Really don't know what half my tarot means. I usually have to have a book. But if I look at it, and I see the clouds and the mountains and the trees, but then the throne and the sword. Sometimes you have to fight for the beauty in life. That's what I see. The fighting for the beauty in life. If you can't tell, I'm a sword person. I'm a knife person. I have shot a gun. Yes, I have. Do not like it. And I don't know, because if it's the sound, it's not necessarily the kickback on the gun. I just don't like the feel of it. Like, holding a gun for me is negative energy. And the reason why I say that is when I hold the gun, my initial thought is I can just turn this gun, even though I'm not a good shot or anything, and seriously hurt somebody. When I have my knives and swords, I could look at guns as protection for people too, but with a sword or a knife, I choose. Right? I know that sounds crazy, but I choose. Like, if somebody was going to do a home invasion in my house, I'd rather have that knife. Because to me, I don't necessarily want to kill or hurt others. I'm sorry about the dog going. He might start more. I'm sorry. Hold on, I got pause it. Sorry about that. My son came home from school and stuff and want to do things with his friends and stuff, so I gotta make sure, because it's school year, so we have to buy stuff. Spend, right? Which brings me to another point, which somebody actually said to me while I was still working. They said, I love money. I said to them, why would you love money? What does money do for you? She's like, well, it buys me stuff. I said, yeah, but you guys take the money and you make it into an idol. You got materialistic stuff. You make into an idol. Like, you worship money. Don't worship money. I mean, in the United States, which I've been here and my journeys a lot too, just so we're clear. At least 7 times for sure. For whoever wants to, because I'm a white chick. But anyways, the world, the people that you see as kings, queens, sultans, governors, presidents, everybody throughout the dawn of history's bled the Mother Earth dry. Because that's why aliens come here. That's why they came. Because they ran out of resources on their planet to take care of their people. That they had to find a new planet that we're trying to do now in society to go live. Well, if aliens are coming here to our planet for our resources, what makes you think there is any resources out there in our solar system that could help us? How do you know that? I don't think there is. That's why they're here. And the human race has bled Mother Earth dry. All the gold, the silver, the crystals, the trees, which is now money because paper is money. And now you're going to go to crypto and do everything online? Money is evil. And if you guys don't think that evil is not freaking present in today's society, you guys got something other call it, and you guys are in for a rude ass awakening. And I'll probably get in trouble for saying that, even though it's technically a donkey. It is so predominant in society that nobody sees it, and even I fall prey to it. Okay, like, technology is useful. Like, don't get me wrong, I love having a cell phone and being able to, like, communicate with people instead of sitting on a line and pacing back and forth like I used to do. But the generation is so focused on their phones or their TV or anything that nobody enjoys the beauty of anything else. I mean, technically, what I have on my TV right now, which, because I'm always on YouTube, is nature sounds. I'm in, like, with a creek, with a little mini waterfall, with trees surrounding me, because I'm so nature-based. People need to put more love out there and stop creating the negative energies. For my ghost hunters, if you're going out and looking for them, Fear feeds them. Love does not. And it's hard not to be fearful of things, especially things that you cannot see with your human eyes. It is. Just curious, because I'm going to be ending this soon, because I didn't know I was. 30 minutes. And then I got the Knight of Cups reversed. The Tower. The Hermit. The Chariot upside down. And I'm pretty sure I said the Knight of Cups upside down. And the Lover's card. So, take what you want from that if you know your tarot more. I just wanted to see. Actually, I kind of want to pull something from this side. I don't know why. Because I feel like I'm ending because everything that I was supposed to say is what I channel. I don't necessarily channel straight energy. I don't meditate the correct way. I listen to music and I dance. Not a very good dancer. Doesn't mean I don't enjoy it. Not a very good singer. Super tone deaf. But I love it and I enjoy it. And if I enjoy things that make me happy, that's what I'm going to do. Because I'm tired of conforming into what people try or want from me. Okay, and then I got the Ten of Pentacles upside down. Nine of Wands upside down. Nine of Pentacles upside down. And the World. So, again, it's all about balance, I feel. I know I'm light and dark. I just got to be more confident in myself. Have more love for myself than I have in the past for this next chapter. Because if I do not, which I'm going to kind of quote her, but I don't even know. I lost it. I'm sorry. Like, things come in my head and then they're just can be gone in an instant. You gotta love yourself. I mean, actually, no, you don't. You don't have to do anything. The choice is all yours. I've chose to live and do things the hard way my whole life. Even though there's easier ways to do anything. Not me. If you ask, they'll be like, oh, man, is Amanda going to choose the easy way or the hard way? And Amanda would always tell you she's choosing the hard way. Not that I like things hard. Well, okay. How can I describe it? I feel I learn more by taking the harder path. The path, because also the harder path is the path less traveled. Meaning, nobody likes hard, so they all take the easy path. So everybody's always been on the easy path. Not me. I like to do things the hard way. And because of that, I'm slower at doing things for society, or I'm learning a lot on this path. And I'll be like, what do you mean by that? I'll give you an example in my own life before I end this video. And then after this, I have to end it, okay? I was married for 14 years before. If you haven't watched my other videos, I'm pretty sure I talked about that a little bit. But he was a hard path. My husband now is an in-between path. He's neither hard nor easy. It depends on the day. But he was a hard path. Hard path emotionally. Hard path spiritually. Even physically. And the reason why I say physically, he never laid his hands on me. Let's be clear. I'm like got anger issues. You put your hands on me, I'm gonna put my hands on my back. And I probably put my hands on him before he would ever put his hands on me, which I know I did. I smacked him in the face a couple of times. But I'm not perfect. Still human, guys, right? Still have all the emotions everybody does. I was young then, too. But it was a hard path. It showed me different things. It showed me what it was like to live without money. It showed me how strong I could be as a person. It showed me how powerful every one of us is. And how much we give our power away to the ones that don't deserve it. Again, bringing back to the beginning of the topic of love, thinking that they love you. And because I believed that he loved me and that we were going to be together forever, I just took it. I took all of whatever was being thrown at me. I'm not going to get into details because it's neither here nor there. Because that was my journey. But without that, for 14 years, that is a 14-year span of experience that has brought me to this point I am today. And I'm still learning. Even when I'm physically dead, I will not be done learning. I will not be done with things. You'll see. Sleep one night and have yourself go into one of your different dimensions that you've been called to, or you don't believe it and they just call it lucid dreaming. It's not just lucid dreaming. All of you are amazing. All of you are special. All of you deserve to live in the light and love. And for those who live in darkness, own it. Stop hiding. I'm tired of hiding everything about myself. But it's very hard to break a cycle of yourself when you've been in the cycle with yourself for a long time. So, hence the videos. But I hope everybody has an amazing day, an amazing week. And I'm going to send you as much love, light, and truth as I can to everybody. And peace.